This is Combate Américas. This bout, 3 rounds in the flyweight division. Este duelo, 3 vueltas en la división peso mosca. Los jueces son, the judges are Marcos Rosales, Michael Gingona, and Wade Vierra. Presentando en la esquina azul, introducing the blue corner. Vestido de negro con blanco, wearing black with white. His official weight, 125 3/4 pounds. Su peso oficial, 125 libras y 3/4. En su 15º combate, dentro de la jaula de Combate Américas, con 10 victorias y 4 derrotas. He enters la jaula for the 15th time as a pro, with 10 victories against 4 losses. De San Jose, Costa Rica, Jorge Calvo Martín. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestido de color azul, he enters la jaula wearing blue. He weighed in at an identical 125 3/4 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso idéntico de 125 libras y 3/4. En su 19º combate a nivel profesional, con 14 victorias y 4 derrotas, he enters la jaula in his 19th pro bout with a record of 14 victories against 4 losses. Representing Sacramento, California, Héctor Alex Sandoval. Our referee, David Shirley.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. I expect a clean, good fight. Obey my commands at all times. Defend yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now. Come out ready to bang.
Very respectful in the center of La Jaula as we go to the tail of the tape, and Hector Sandoval giving up 5 inches of height and 3 inches of reach. We are at 125. Important fight for these two, and in the big picture of the burgeoning flyweight division in Combate Américas. Sandoval, a monster in the Northern California fighting scene, has held many titles in this area, but now to the big time and a chance to show his true skills. 14-4, so has taken a lot of fights and has won a lot of fights against Calvo, who comes in at 10-4 overall.
Calvo in the black, Sandoval in the blue.
See how Calvo uses that height reach advantage. It's significant here.
It is. We don't have a lot of Costa Rican fighters. Hopefully that changes in the future.
Los Ticos.
But we will see what the Costa Rican fighter brings.
Another uncharted territory, but with a lot of promise and a great sporting tradition.
I just love how he's eating those leg kicks. He's not even flinching. He's literally like not even acknowledging any of those leg kicks. I love that.
Sandoval with a very traditional 125-pound frame, a la the Demetrius Johnson types.
And
big head kick.
Jorge Calvo gets double leg right straight down to the ground. Last double for Sandoval.
Calvo turtling up as Sandoval looking for some room to work.
Calvo gets an underhook, but gets flattened out. Looking to get out with the underhook, but he's getting stopped with some flurry of punches from Sandoval.
He's got his arm locked down, which gives him free rein to shoot as he tries to get that side control.
Being pinned down to the ground, Sandoval trying to work in his ground and pound.
Yeah, this is a great ground fight. This is a lot of action here on the ground. This to me is an exciting fight. I tend to prefer stand-up. But when I see so much happening, this is very fun to watch, too.
Yeah, Jorge Calvo is a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, looking to advance his position. But Sandoval is just a nightmare.
Calvo, as we said, he's fought some of the best in the world at 125 in his travels all over, mainly South America and through parts of the Americas. Says he's happy for this opportunity.
Looking for the butterfly sweep is Calvo, not getting it, so he goes to an underhook, trying to go for a single leg, but looks like he's getting sat into a guillotine.
That guillotine, but not quite underneath as Calvo covers up. It is Sandoval in the blue.
Sandoval going to take the back.
He's owned this first round thus far.
Calvo's desperately trying to get back to his feet, but Sandoval's just riding him like Zorro. It's all over him.
Sandoval says he's going to take over Combate. Confident in his skills, but a lot of fighters will have a say in that matter as well.
Great balance from Sandoval. Calvo's been trying to butterfly sweep him at any chance he gets, and Sandoval's hips are just so heavy. Great balance. He's able to stay on top, remain on top with big, heavy punches, body, head.
Look, it's just precise, finding where there's open flesh, whether it's the forehead, whether it's the midsection. Sandoval finding success, scoring punches.
And Calvo trying to get his guard back, trying to take his back. He's out, and he's getting snapped right back down to the jaula.
Again, looking for that guillotine.
Yeah, he's being dominated. Sandoval looks great.
He can't give up his back here. He needs to get that. There it is, that underhook. He cannot let his back be taken.
Calvo just on the receiving end here.
I call it a flank. He needs to flank out, get back to his guard. There it is again. Do not let him take your back.
And he's thought about it.
Guillotine, that's
now the
deep.
guillotine again, and this time a little spinning.
Oh,
Anaconda
switches it.
style. Still
Oh,
can't get it firm.
nice.
How many
Nicely
times
done.
did they go around? That was at least 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calvo,
Nice.
good defensive fighter for whatever it's worth, but that's all he's done thus far.
Great, great defensively. And who knows, he might be able to make Sandoval wear himself out.
Active fighter, Sandoval. And that's true. We've seen fighters just even tonight start well and not end up victorious. Gotta be precise and gotta make it worth it.
Sandoval's heavy with the ground and pound.
Trying to clear that guard.
And Calvo just trying to have and remain an active guard.
Again, and you see officials saying to start moving. Those all catching the face of Calvo. That time he's through.
Calvo almost into side control in half guard. Now he's inside. Nice shoulder pressure.
10 seconds to go here. Calvo
Beautiful
almost
shoulder
through.
pressure for Hector Sandoval. But there's no dice there, nothing. It's not at a threat of being submitted, but here he gives up his back again.
Ooh, a little bit late there.
Yeah, that wasn't the fighter's fault.
No.
That was not the fighter's fault. I gave up cursing for Lent. We gave out a lot of money to charities because I failed at giving up cursing for Lent. And so I like to hear from people. Since the earliest days when I was running the UFC, I like to hear from people. So at Campbell Combate, reach out to me. I'll reach back.
You can hear from me, Campbell. I need a Lexus.
Sounds good to
If
me.
you're giving away Lexuses, I'll
It's a
take it.
used Lexus. It's in my garage. It's not going. I mean, if
I have a
someone will come
Lexus.
and get it, they can have it.
I'll take it. All right, here we go. Opening around
Can you
two.
drive a stick?
Yes, I can. I can do it all, Campbell. Beautiful takedown.
We should all be driving sticks, and people will keep their phone out of their hands when they drive. Sandoval picking up right where he left off.
Yep.
Yeah, it was working. Why wouldn't he?
It's easier said than done.
Stick to what you know. Campbell likes to stand-up fights, but when they're this active on the ground, he doesn't mind that either.
Look at that going up and down with the punches, softening up the midsection, and that's...
You'll hear a corner yell, body, body, head. Body, body, head.
Well, he's listening.
It works.
Head, body, head. Whoever's
JP, how much can you hear your corner when you're in there?
Great question.
You can hear them. Definitely. That's why it's really important to have like one voice screaming one thing, because it gets kind of hairy in there. And you need somebody to be clear, very clear, so that they're yelling the right things. Because sometimes what you can't see, your corner can. And you can feel it, but you can't see it. So it's really important to have a great corner.
Look at this. There's so much movement here on the ground, changing positions, looking for a different angle. And they're up again.
Very
Jorge
active.
Calvo gets back to the feet. He needs to stay on his feet. Either that or implement his own game plan, which would be maybe his own jiu-jitsu. It's hard to tell.
Now Calvo on his feet, looking a little better as Sandoval continues to pepper away, head, body, body.
Hector Sandoval doing a great
Elbows.
job of framing and getting off of the fence.
He's given up on the reach, but he hit him right on the button that time, and again.
Nice big power shots from Hector Sandoval. Kid Alex is just aggressive.
I'd say this, Calvo absorbs a lot of pressure and seems to handle it well. I don't know how it's gonna hold up for the fight. He's able to get out of submission attempts. Defensively, very sound, but we got to see what he can do on the offensive end. Oh, firm left, short and sweet, and again. Sandoval up close.
Oh, no. Gets those warning shots off. Right hook, left hook, telling Hector to get off of him.
Calvo still clean after all that. Takedown, big time.
That was a beautiful takedown. Hector Sandoval shooting straight out of a cannon, getting the takedown once again.
Continues to make that impression.
And Sandoval's content with being in guard. He doesn't care. He's still working.
When you put the work in, Sandoval, is there a level of, you've done this to opponents where you're not seeing the effects of all that pressure? Does that get frustrating for a fighter?
You just got to keep chugging away. You know, you can't really worry too much about the little minute things. You just have to keep going until they literally pull you off or you get the tap.
Still trying to clear. Defensively sound stuff from Calvo.
You are correct. He is great defensively. He's
can't win unless you give a little.
Yeah, Hector Sandoval with the nice hips, great balance though. He's not getting swept. And Jorge Calvo needs to advance his position. He has been on his back for the majority of the first round. Second round, we're seeing kind of the same thing. He's got to implement his own game plan. He's got to get a sweep, looking to his corner to see what to do.
Digging in here.
Going straight to the body, softening up those ribs. Sandoval, there's a guillotine. Head and arm, though. That's a head and arm guillotine, but maybe he can use to sweep. Sandoval kicking his legs out to clear his knees.
Oh, look at that. Calvo may have something brewing here.
Almost,
nope,
Sandoval. It's reverse. And that's what's great about having the Jaula. You can use those walls to get to where you need to, and he just completely reversed his position to get in side control, and that was beautifully done by Sandoval.
Sandoval high right now, uptight, surrounding the head of Calvo, unloading the old Spanish archer elbow.
Yeah, that was a desperate attempt for a head and arm guillotine, and unfortunately, he got reversed. And Calvo. He needs to try to do it again and not be deterred by that. There's the reversal. You're on top now, dude. Relax. Side control.
That happened quick.
You better stay on him. You've got to.
Calvo about to get through the second round.
Go. See, so this is promising for Calvo. He advanced his position. He knows that he can get Sandoval in this position. Now he just needs to make those adjustments going into round 3 here. Beautifully done by Jorge Calvo.
Sandoval looks like a much more powerful athlete. He looks bigger, he looks stronger. So I think as Calvo is working something, it may speak to a little superior ability or superior technique.
Sandoval looks like he's chiseled straight out of a rock. The guy is yoked.
Stay connected to the fastest growing sport in the world. From the comfort of your own home, Combate Americas brings you the most exciting fights, the latest in MMA news, features, and mucha más acción. Follow Combate Americas on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to watch Combate Americas on Access TV, Univision, and 2DN. Combate Americas, mucha más acción.
Combate Americas merchandise. Just go to shop.combateamericas.com.
I will say, we've seen some guys gasping for air tonight. These two, not amongst them. They
they've been
very
going,
well conditioned.
Yeah, they've been going at it all the time.
And here they pick up once again.
I don't think Sandoval's going to ride it out either. He's going to go for it.
I would imagine that's the right answer, but it's at some point you think, all right, have I done enough?
Taking the back, attempting, but nice back sit from Sandoval. Way to be savvy. Again, with the underhook to a single leg, looking to reverse his position. He had that takedown and got reversed right away because Hector's hips are super good. Looking to snap and take the back again is Sandoval.
All right, and knees to the head. Calvo grounded is unique ways to strike your opponent. Looks for the back.
And he takes the back. There's no flank there. There it is. Finally gets it. Reguards in butterfly, looking for the sweep.
I will say, Sandoval may be on his way to a victory, but this Calvo guy's no fun to fight.
No, because he's dangerous still. He's on his back, and he's been on his back the whole time. But he's still dangerous, looking for the sweeps, looking to take the back. There's a sweep.
Maybe.
Yes, come on. All right, it's all good. Hector Sandoval is just a machine, and there's nothing you can do when you're fighting a machine. You just got to be able to weather the storm.
Sandoval getting underneath the chin. Has to be frustrating, but Sandoval has not taken his eyes off the prize. That's, we spun again.
That's deep again.
Calvo responds. That looks deeper.
His defense is beautiful. Jorge Calvo able to defend every submission that Hector's throwing at him. Trying to darce him. He's trying to get that darce, but you're forcing it a little too much, and Jorge's defense is too good. Nice left hook that hits right on the top of the head. Oh.
And a dome.
Oh, right on the dome. No. Jorge Calvo got way too excited, super wide with that punch, and he was wide open for the takedown.
If this was defensive fighting, Calvo could be your 125-pound champion. He has taken it, and at some point that frustrates an opponent, but Sandoval not that type of opponent. He has had a game plan, and he has stuck to it from the opening horn.
You know, I think a lot about parts of our planet that tend to breed tough fighters. Central America, I think, is one of those places. This is a Costa Rican fighter. Calvo is Costa Rican. Tough guys, you know, Brazil, tough place. Ireland, tough place.
I know, you look at boxing with Nicaragua and Panama, great fighters from those countries. MMA still in its infancy, but maybe just a matter of time. As maybe Calvo's got something. He's got Sandoval's arm locked up. 2 minutes to go here in I almost said Sacramento. Stockton.
Hector Sandoval coming out of Team Alpha Male with Uriah Faber and the likes of those guys. When you're training with those guys, iron sharpens iron, and you're on a daily grind against stud after stud after stud, and you're seeing that in Hector Sandoval. He's literally just...
Well,
Uriah's a great trainer, great fighter, good friend of Combate's, and just recently had... he and his wife just had a new baby.
Oh, yep, congratulations, Uriah. We know he's probably there. He might be listening in on DAZN, as should you and all your friends. Spread the word.
Yeah, call your friends. We give away Lexus every show.
We give away Lexus.
It's an old Lexus. It's in my garage, and you got to come and get it.
Hey,
how old are we talking here?
1938.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah, the Ford Motor Company beaten by the folks at Lexus.
Actually.
Nice ground and pound by Hector Sandoval, and real technically savvy.
Again,
see, there's so much action. They're on the mat, but they could be standing up. Yeah. They're just lying down and punching each other.
I mean, he's coming at you from everywhere, on the feet, on the ground, in the clinch with the takedowns. Hector Sandoval's pouring it on.
He wants the finish, but the heel catching him. That didn't look comfortable, and Sandoval gets back on top.
He doesn't care. Punch to a pass, and that's what he did.
Against Sandoval, part of UFC, the 125-pound division, done and dusted there. Eduardo Vargas getting the ear of Campbell McLaren, saying this is the guy we should look at. And so far, he has been the goods.
Take your back. Jorge Calvo is doing such a great job defensively to be able to weather the storm and not get submitted here. That was a great fight from bell to bell.
I said these guys look like they can go another 3 rounds easy peasy. the face telling it now of Calvo, but the amount of pressure he took, you would imagine to be a lot worse. Look how good those jackets look on the kids.
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
You can't buy those.
Can't buy them.
And he like barely hugged his dad. Like,
If
yeah,
you
what's
take
up,
my
Dad?
Lexus, I'll put one in the back seat. I don't know what I'm going to do with that Lexus.
Double whammy.
No one in my family can drive a stick shift.
And you can get an 8x10 of Alberto Del Rio.
You can get a 20 by 40.
You get one of those posters.
He's
called,
big. He's not going to fit on an 8x10.
All right, let's get to
Después de
Lupe.
completar las 3 vueltas, los jueces Rosales y Guingona entregan tarjetas idénticas de 30 a 24. After going all 3 rounds, judges Guingona and Rosales turn in identical scores of 30 to 24. Y el juez Vierra anotó 30 a 25. Judge Vierra scores it 30 to 25. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Los 3 a favor del ganador por decisión unánime. From Sacktown, Kid Alex, Héctor Sandoval.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some of the most exciting fights in MMA.
Americas merchandise. Just go to shop.combateamericas.com.
Hey everyone, this is Lupe Contreras, the voice of La Jaula de Combate Americas. I wanted to check in with you and show you my favorite quarantine spot. It is the hammock in my backyard. But most importantly, I wanted to check in and remind you to stay safe, stay healthy, keep an eye on one another, and remember, during this new normal, this new world, we're all family.
The best of Combate Americas moves on. Time for Fight 2.
We continue with much more action. The ladies of La Jaula set for 3 rounds at a catch weight of 107 pounds. Los jueces, the judges, Wade Vierra, Brent Philippi, and Michael Guingona. Presentando a la esquina azul, introducing the fighter in the blue corner. Vestida de color rojo, she enters La Jaula wearing red. Her official weight, 107 pounds, su peso oficial, 107 libras. Se mantiene invicta a nivel profesional con 4 victorias. She enters La Jaula, an undefeated fighter with 4 victories. Fighting out of Rancho Cucamonga, California, Charissa Sigala. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, vestida de negro con blanco, wearing black with white trim. She weighed in at an identical 107 pounds. Detuvo la báscula a un peso idéntico de 107 libras en su 15º combate dentro de la jaula, con 8 victorias y 6 derrotas. In her 15th pro bout inside of la jaula, with 8 victories and 6 losses. De Barcelona, España, la niña Irene Rivera. Our referee, David Shirley.
He's watching you.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of attitude from Sigala.
We went over the rules in the back. I expect a clean, good fight. Defend yourselves at all times. Obey my commands. Touch gloves. Come out ready to fight.
All right, let's go to the tail of the tape. Now, Sigala's been at this for some time. 9 years the senior. Height advantage by an inch, but everything else is level.
10 years of age difference.
You see Sigala also, I mean, she hasn't fought since 2016, but she's 4-0 in her fights, 3 were won by submission, 1 by TKO, so nothing's gone the distance. As we're underway, it is Sigala in red.
Switching stances, Sigala.
Good long reach. Extends those shoulders into those punches. Big spot for Cabello. He's come in with a lot of fanfare, but you gotta back it up. And needs a big notch in her MMA belt.
La Nina's nice and composed, straight punches right down the pipe.
She just stood her ground there.
No, she's very composed. We see that in all her fights. She's just very focused. It reminds me a little of Super Melly. You know, very calm, very collected.
Going in for the takedown of Sigala. Nicely done.
Yeah, nicely done.
Got that arm off her in a hurry.
Way to hand fight.
Sigala, look at that.
Sigala needs better head position.
Oh, the Dragon Lady. Look at that tattoo work on the back.
They both got a bunch of tats. There's some better head position.
Very severe Sigala getting in.
Never mind.
Up against the side of the cage, Cabello looking for some distance here. Again, you saw what she's been able to do. She thought she was, sorry to interrupt you, Juliana, but she thought she was ripped off in that decision against Romo. And some say that her demonstrations after the fight may have got her back into an important fight here in Combate.
Huh. I hadn't heard that.
Just throwing it out there.
Back to the center.
No, I mean, I had her interviewed. She lost the fight, and I had them interview her. You don't interview the loser after a fight.
Good directing traffic there.
That wasn't me in there.
Did defeat Miyu Yamamoto, who was a famous Japanese wrestling champion, and he's had more to her resume.
Irene coming forward with the punches. She meets Sigala in the clinch. Nice big right hook, left hook.
Those are precise punches.
She's accurate.
Again, I know I mentioned this a lot. It's like hard to tell how much damage you're doing. That knee did some damage.
Yeah.
That caught the forehead clean.
And Sigala is struggling to get Irene taken to the ground, but I know that that's where she obviously wants to take the fight because she feels she's got the better ground game. She hasn't been able to take her down yet, though.
Now, combination kick and left hand there. Cabello Rivera. Put on that pedal. I think she's feeling a little more confident in what she can do. It's clenched in there with Sigala. Not going to the ground. If she does, you're going to have to earn it. Combate Stockton, glad you could join us. We are live on DAZN. Just had the main event. Eric Sanchez taking the moment.
Irene needs to get off that fence. She's looking to do that, fighting the hands, and she's back in the center.
Sigala didn't like that short right hand.
Good job, nice takedown defense by La Nina. Nice, big right hook.
Promising start from the Spaniard.
Nice 1-2. All that, very accurate, lands clean, defends a takedown, gets off the fence. And like I said, she moves really well, Irene. Nice and composed in the stand-up.
She's getting better, too, as this round goes.
And she's the taller party as well.
Nothing behind those kicks from Sigala. Again, a lot of cage rust for her. Cabello Rivera gets in close quarters, and everything seems to be finding their mark.
Nice straight punches for Irene, and then a right hook to cap it off, and a left hook to cap it off.
Again, pretty
1-2.
Telegraphed kick from Sigala.
So she knows Sigala wants a takedown now, so now what she's trying to do is just avoid clinching with her at all costs.
All right, we're going to head to the end of round 1. Elbow from Sigala. Looks at...
Well, they thought it was the end of the round, so she stopped, and then she realized that was a 10-second marker.
All right, end of round 1. Something to certainly
Now,
build
when
on.
you look at Irene, she doesn't strike. Does she look like a fighter?
She does with those tats.
Yeah.
No, but there's a lot of great fighters that kind of fall in that category.
Stay connected to the fastest growing sport in the world. From the comfort of your own home, Combate Americas brings you the most exciting fights, the latest in MMA news, features, and mucha más acción. Follow Combate Americas on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to watch Combate Americas on Access TV, Univision, and 2DN. Combate Americas, mucha más acción.
Combate Americas merchandise. Just go to shop.combateamericas.com.
MMA has been totally re-energized with women joining into MMA. I think it really brought new life, new insight, new athletes. It's been a great part of the sport.
All right, so let's see if Irene can go.
And I'm not saying that just because I'm sitting next to one of the best. I really think it's an exciting part of MMA.
Whatever
it's an exciting part of Combate.
we can do better.
Right.
I don't argue that, my dear.
I think important for Irene Cabello to go from round 1 to round 2 and develop here.
Yeah.
Let's see if she can
I like to see a little mucho más acción.
Yo también.
Sí, señor. ¿Cómo no?
Sí, cómo no.
Oh, look, Irene, turning it around.
Oh,
Ooh.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that right.
she heard me. Okay.
She's feeling
Ask and you shall
more
receive.
confident.
Coming forward. Sigala needs to secure this takedown because that's what she's been trying to do this entire first round. So she really needs to get the job done here.
And Sigala says she's trained for everything. Again, had fights that fell through.
Yeah, they're all well-rounded till they get hit in the face.
Fair enough.
Paraphrase the great Mike Tyson.
Everyone's got a plan till they get punched in the face.
All right,
Her head position is off. See
How so, JP?
See how Irene is putting her forehead on like the chin of Sigala? Well, she was. She's not anymore. But you need to clasp those hands if you're Sigala. You need to clasp those hands and pull her off the fence.
This is more what I think she wanted to do in this fight from Sigala. At least they're going to get separated.
All right. Good call. That's what I like to see with a ref. Nothing's happening on that fence.
Mucho más acción.
Start him over.
Dave Shirley, we should give him props.
Yeah, he's got the whole, I'm watching you.
I'm watching you, and I know you're watching me. All right, Irene gets that right in the midsection. Sigala
There's her
caught it,
takedown
takes her
finally.
down.
Nicely done. Picks up that leg, high treetop, kicks out that back leg, finally gets a takedown. That's what she was looking for the entire time.
Change of fortunes here.
Hey,
Whoa, what's
super
happening
high
there?
rubber guard, looking for the
Yeah.
triangle, maybe a go-go plata, we'll see. But look at, the great thing about women is we're so much more flexible
no
than
kidding.
men.
A man's
We are
leg would have snapped off at that point.
Well, not necessarily. I've seen it done. But doing a nice job of that high rubber guard, 10th planet type jiu-jitsu, holding her super tight and trying to sneak in a triangle if she can get it.
Good
Look at how
old
flexible she is.
go-go plata, using the shin to finish, although that has been relinquished.
Swinging out. Looks like she's
She
going
got
to
a
try to swing
elbow in
out
her
for an
neck?
armbar.
All right, again, work to be done. And a unique situation to be in here if you're Cabello Rivera. Locked down. And
Gonna
good
try to swing
dexterity
out
on
for
her
an
part.
armbar. Go. You have it.
All right, so Sigala's got something to hang her hat on here.
Nicely done by Sigala to recognize that she's in a threat of being submitted. And nice high rubber guard for La Nina. You better put your forehead on her forehead, Sigala. And work to get your body back in.
This is tough sledding. Looking to loosen that arm. Maybe cook something while you're on your back if you're Irene. And Dave Shirley is saying, looking for some work. He may consider separating. That's exactly what he's going to do here.
JP's shaking her head at that, but I like that call. It's something's not happening. Get him up.
Why are you
Get 'em
shaking
up.
your head?
Well, because she was, you know, controlling the posture of her opponent and could have been working for an armbar or triangle, and she didn't get the opportunity to finish that. But, I mean, I see what you guys are saying. Next time Sigala gets that takedown, she needs to be more active in her hip and her hip muscle so that she's not being able to control her posture like that. Because once you get that takedown, you need that active hip to stay upright so that you can rain your punches down in the guard or work to pass. And you can't do that when they're controlling your head, and that's because you're allowing them to control your posture because you're not activating your hips.
Can't argue with that, but I'll tell you, Rorion Gracie and Royce Gracie left the UFC when we put in rounds because they said they could beat anyone as long as there were no time limits. But there's a problem on TV.
Yes.
You know, it's not a 24-hour show. and I believe
Nobody wants to watch that.
I believe the Gracies could beat anyone if there were no time limits.
Well, since they got picked up, the separation is encouraged a flurry of activity from Irene.
Yeah, she's real nice and composed
Sigala
on the feet. But she doesn't like getting hit in the face either. And Sigala does well when she can implement her own strikes. Unfortunately, she's always going strike to the clinch. But once she just goes pure strikes, Irene is backing up the entire time.
All right, so we're going to go to a third round. Irene did very well in round one. Second round, a different kettle of fish. So Sigala able to even the keel.
You know, I think that was Irene's round, and this one we just saw. I think she countered everything her opponent tried.
She was threatening with the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel Irene won the second, but you know, they're not asking me. I just created the sport.
That's all.
That's all.
That's all. What more do they want from you, Kimball?
Jeez, I don't know. What else can I do?
All right.
Slave drivers, these guys.
How was that? How was
The alley cat?
thing? Yeah.
Not as good as Peña's.
No, hers is awesome. Irene on the big screen.
All right,
All right,
Irene,
round three.
Sigala.
Come on. Mucho más acción. España.
La, 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 la.
Let's go,
España
ladies.
is Spanish for Spain, by the way. You know, I speak like 9 words of Spanish.
I think people catch on to that when the abbreviation for Spain in English is ESP.
España.
I thought that was the network.
España.
Yeah.
I thought that was extrasensory or something.
Nice.
Extrasensory sports. All right, meeting
All
in
right.
the middle of the jaula
Boom.
and flying fist.
Nicely done. Both ladies in the clinch, throwing knees, punches. Sigala trying to get the takedown again, and Irene says, "Get off of me," with that big right hook.
That is what she said. That
Yeah.
was exactly what she said.
Literally. Those are, I call, warning shots. So when somebody's throwing punches at you, you give them the old right hook, left hook. Those are those warning shots. Get off of me.
Get off of me. All right, Irene may have won the second, probably won the first.
Sigala doing a good job of staying in there. She's still coming. Trying to implement her own game plan here.
La Nina looking to blossom.
Nice right hand from Sigala.
Yeah, caught her short, sweet.
Irene doesn't care.
Doesn't seem to care.
No.
And she keeps moving forward.
Sigala with the overhook. She's got double overhooks. Takes her to the jaula fence. Can I get some head position, please? Nope, Irene with the good head position.
A big knee there from Irene. A second one catching the temple of Sigala. Not enough behind it to do much damage.
She's out.
All right, now they'll firm up. Center of La Jaula. Here we go. Combate Stockton. Tail end of a big evening. If you're joining us late, Zoila Frausta had her fight canceled, her opponent injured. This is our one featured women's fight. We've come off Combate Reinas. Historic night for women's fighters in mixed martial arts.
Irene, La Niña coming forward. Big, huge right hook for Sigala. Sigala needs to keep the pressure on Irene. That's her key. She needs to keep coming forward. She needs to pressure her and keep not allow La Niña to have space, because she's long, she's lanky, and she knows her distance with her strikes, and she's landing whenever she does throw those. So you can't give a fighter like that any space. You got to stay on him.
And I think Irene just keeps coming forward, and I think the judges will notice that when they do the scoring.
Sigala doesn't really hit her with anything clean when she goes forward, so probably encouraged to continue to do that and impress the judges along the way.
Sigala trying to get a takedown here.
Showing some growth here in her career. Again, Sigala, the long layoff.
Nice
Fighting
head
out of
position
Millennia
for La
MMA.
Niña. Or was. Big knee for La Niña.
Keep in mind, if Cabello Rivera can finish the job here, she will hang the first loss on the career of Sigala. That is no minor detail.
Right, she's 4-0, Sigala.
Now with a minute and change to go, we'll see how confident La Niña feels on her work rate on this evening. Continues to throw punches, good punches.
Yeah, straight 1-2. Nice right hook.
It's a carbon
Did
copy.
that land? I couldn't tell from the angle.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but she's got nice straight punches that seem to be landing.
All right, 45 seconds to go. Again, push forward.
And no respect. Irene La Niña is just walking down punches from Sigala.
Yep.
Just literally eating everything she has and continuing to come forward like the Terminator.
All right, now Irene separates almost at the finish line in what would appear a triumphant return to La Jaula.
Looking for a body lock takedown, desperation takedown for Sigala. She's got 10 seconds left to do it though, so if you're gonna do it, I'd do it.
Last ditch effort from Sigala to impress the judges as we hit the tape.
We will be right back.
Merchandise. Just go to shop.combateamericas.com.
Stay connected to the fastest growing sport in the world. From the comfort of your own home, Combate Americas brings you the most exciting fights, the latest in MMA news, features, and mucha más acción. Follow Combate Americas on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to watch Combate Americas on Access TV, Univision, and 2DN. Combate Americas, mucha más acción.
I think España.
I think so too, but Juliana, you're the important one here.
I say agreed.
All right. 3 for Spain, which is English for España. All right, Sigala.
I was just going to say, you know, is it right? I mean, I don't say Paris, right? I say Paris. So maybe I should say Spain instead of España. But I think España sounds better.
Sure does.
Tomato. Potato.
Nobody says potato.
You know, in Argentina, instead of Sao Paulo, they call it San Pablo, which is kind of weird. They just kind of...
You know, we have a lot of Argentinians in the company, and no one else in the company seems to like them. That's all I'm going to say. In fact, one of the Argentinians said, Campbell, don't hire any more Argentinians.
You've hit your quota.
I like Millie.
Millie's Argentinian. She's the one that said you've got enough Argentinians.
Yeah,
She's like, there's only room around here for one of us.
She's the one at wit's end of all the Argentines. Got it.
No, Combate is a little bit like, you know, the United Nations of Spanish-speaking countries. It's great. It's a great mix. It's a lot of fun. I get to hear a lot of different point of views, a lot of different views on the fights, a lot of different views on the fighters. The Hispanic combat sports tradition is fantastic. It is deep. It is real. In boxing, the great boxing traditions of Mexico, of Puerto Rico, of Argentina, and Spain are really what have defined modern boxing. And I think now this is the chance to see what arguably the best combat sports in the world, combat athletes in the world can do for MMA. That's what Combate is about. You don't have to speak Spanish. You don't even have to like tacos. If you don't like tacos, you should see a doctor, however. But you don't have to like tacos or speak Spanish to like Combate. We think the shows are great. Mucho más acción. I swear. I got Max and Juliana with me. This is great stuff. Call your friends. We're giving away a Lexus. It's a 1983 Lexus. It's a stick shift. But if you come to my garage, you can have it.
All right, let's go to Lupe.
Damas y caballeros, después de 3 vueltas, esta es la decisión oficial. El juez Guingona anotó 29-28 a favor de Rivera after 3 rounds. Judge Guingona scores it 29-28 in favor of Rivera. El juez Philippi, 29-28 a favor de Sigala. Judge Philippi scores it 29-28 in favor of Sigala. Y el juez Vierra anotó 29-28. Judge Vierra scores it 29-28. A favor de la ganadora por decisión dividida in favor of the winner by way of split decision. De Barcelona, España, Irene Rivera.
For watching the best of Combate Americas.